All right, let's get practicing in QuickBooks Online. Grab the link below so that you can follow along. All right, here we are in the QBO Gym, and the QBO Gym is just a set of numerous exercises that help simulate real-life scenarios that you may encounter as a bookkeeper. Every month we come out with a new set of exercises for you to practice, and we break it down into 4 different sections for you. So today we are going to be working in the August warm-ups section. At the top here is a video that talks about our fictitious business owner Craig's world that month. Further down is an interactive quiz for you to test your knowledge on what you just learned in the video. And then further down are all of the exercises within this section. So today we are going to practice adding expenses. You need to be in the same session of the sample company that you used in the previous exercises in the warm-up section. If you have not completed those yet, go ahead and click on the link at the top right corner of your computer or your tablet, whatever you're watching this on, your screen. That will take you there. Go ahead and do that exercise first and then come back to this one. So our scenario today is that Craig has left you some receipts for the salvia and other plants he purchased from Tanya's nursery, as well as a couple others. Let's go ahead and record these expenses. We're going to grab a copy of those receipts under the warm-ups video, or warm-up section video. There we go. So if you go back to the gym here is the video. Go ahead and click on this button that says Stack of Receipts, and you will see the 3 receipts here. So the first one we're going to do is from Tanya's nursery, which we will enter the expenses for the salvia and other plants. The other plants will actually be invoiced to Red Rock Diner a little bit later, but the salvia plants were already purchased by Amy at the office with cash. So in the left nav bar, we're going to click on the plus new button and then select expense. So here we are in the sample company. I am on the last page from the previous exercise, and so that is why it looks this way. So we are going to go ahead and first click on the plus new button and select expenses, so plus new, and then under vendors, select expense. And now we need to complete it. So the payee, we're going to put it in Tanya's nursery. So I'm going to go ahead and type into it Tanya's nursery. There it is. You can also, of course, use the drop down arrow. And then we are going to select MasterCard because we know that it is on his MasterCard. So you can click on the arrow or click into it and just select MasterCard there. And now we just need to complete the rest of the expense details. So we'll start with the assorted plants. Because these are general plants and not specific salvia that we previously set up in the products and service, we are going to use the category details grid. So in the category, we are going to select plants and soils, which is a sub category of job materials. So if you click into this is the categories. This is the categories grid. There's a item details grid and there's a category details. Go into this one. We're going to click into this and we're going to start typing in plant and soil, which is an expense account. So you'll want to click on the first one. And then you want to go ahead and complete the rest of it. The description field, we are going to put plants. So go ahead and put plants. Tab over. You will see that QBO has already pre-filled that amount for us. And that is because that is what was from the last transaction for Tanya. And that's because this is set up in the accountant settings to have this data pre-filled for us. You can always turn it off. And the way to go to that is to go to the gear icon under your company. You're going to click on accountant settings and then go to the advanced tab to go ahead and turn it off if you want. You can always just leave it on though and type over it, which is exactly what we are about to do. Now, if you look here, there is no total for this amount. It's just a line item. So we can just do a little calculation for us. There was a quantity of 10 and the price for each is $12. So if you go into this and you clear it out and you do 10 times 12, you can go ahead and tab over, and that calculation has been made for us. It's a nice little handy dandy thing that you can do if you don't end up having a total. So again, that 10 quantity that we purchased at $12 each is how we had that calculation completed. We are going to be invoicing this to Red Rock Diner, so we need to click on the checkbox in billable as billable, and we're billing it to Red Rock Diner. So to do this, just click on this checkbox right there, so it's checked, and then in the customer, go ahead and start typing in red for Red Rock Diner, and there it is. All right, now we need to add the salvia plants. So we already have this set up as a product when we recorded Amy's purchase in a previous exercise. So we will use the item details grid to record this purchase from Tanya's. So in the product service field, we're going to select salvia. And again, if you want to collapse the category details, you can. If it's easier for you, I'm just going to go ahead and open up the item details so you can see it. In the product and service, go ahead and click into it and you can start typing in salvia, and there it is. And it started to populate from what we had created before. We're going to enter the quantity field 6 and the rate field is 10. And that's because if we go back to the receipt, we see that the quantity is 6 and the price for each is $10. So quantity is 6. If you tab over into the rate field, go ahead and put 10 because that is what they cost. And then if you tab over again, it will automatically be calculated by QBO, which is great. So we are going to go ahead and select Save and New because we have another expense to create, but that is it for this particular one. So go to the arrow on the green button and click on Save and New. And that previous expense was for $180. You can see right there that was paid by the MasterCard has been recorded for us. Let's move on to the receipt for a fuel expense at Chin's. While it does not say it on the receipt, we do know that Craig always uses his MasterCard for his fuel purchases. So in step 1, for the payee, we are going to go ahead and put in Chin's gas and oil. So if you click into it, you can actually see it's right here. So go ahead and click on it. We have the correct payment account, which is MasterCard. You will notice here that this is pre-filled out from the previous transaction, which is fine, but we are going to go ahead and type over it because we have it on the receipt that it is for $55. So click into the amount field and type 55. If you tab over, you will see that QBO has made that change for us. So we are done with this receipt or with this expense. So now we are going to click on Save and New because we have one more to record. So click on the green Save and New button. That $55 from Chin's has been saved. And now we have to move on to Computers by Jenny. So Craig has purchased 2 tablets from Computers by Jenny for all of his field workers. And so we need to record that from his receipt. As we see here, 2 tablets for a total of $600. So once again, in the payee field, we're going to put Computers by Jenny. You can click on the arrow or type it in. I'm going to click on the arrow this time and scroll down to Computers by Jenny, since I didn't have to scroll too far. We have here, it said on the receipt that it was paid by a check number 101. So we need to adjust that in the payment account field. Right here, if you click into it, you can go ahead and click on checking. The payment method, we're going to select check, and then we are going to record that check number of 101. So in the payment method, if you click on the arrow, you can click on check. And then the reference number is the check number, which is 101. And now we need to fill out the categories details grid, and that's because he does not track these individual tablets, so that is the place to go for it. The category for this one we are going to have as purchases. So click into this field and type in purchases. You will see it appear. The description is tablets, so go ahead and type in tablets. And we said that the amount was $600. So go ahead and put that in there for the amount, $600. If you tab over, you will see that that has now been added from QBO. And you're just going to go ahead and save and close. And there you go. That expense has now been saved. And if you have any questions about the QBO Gym, just go ahead and click on the link below in the description. Be sure to leave this session of the sample company open, as we will need it for the final exercise in the warm-up section, which is all about processing bank transactions. And I will see you in that next video.